Good morning, happy Sunday. So it's D-Day. We are roughly 12 hours off the band coming in, and as you can see, there's not much relaxing about this Sunday morning. So we are at home here, and this is just our own slurry. So I suppose that's the thing about contracting. Whenever you're working for everybody else, you have to put their work first and then yours comes last. But we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. So whenever I saw you, when did I make the last video? It was Wednesday of this week, and do you know what? The outlook and the prognosis for the week was not good. The stress and the pressure and everything else was just unbelievable. Even yesterday, I actually was going to go and make a video yesterday, but they were just under too much pressure, and the last thing that they wanted was somebody running about the field after them, parked in the way, as I always do. So yeah, I just left them to it. But what a back end to the season. This has just been one like no other. Definitely where Slurry has been concerned. It has definitely been probably one of the worst that I have ever seen. Definitely the worst since I have met Adam and been involved in Killen Bros now. But yeah, we're here. We've made it to the last day. We have done all that we can. We have literally done everything in our power to try and beat this band. And now whether we will beat it or it beats us, it still remains to be seen at this stage. But listen, what do you do? This is just the joys of calendar farming. So my video on Wednesday was not supposed to be in any way, shape, form or fashion it wasn't supposed to be a complaining video, or it wasn't supposed to be, you know, kind of a lament or anything like that. But it kind of, I suppose, like, I just wanted to sort of show you behind the scenes, and like, no word of a lie, I think yesterday we had something like 14 tankers going. Adam came home at 11 on Friday night and went straight to bed, and he was literally pacing the floors again at 4 o'clock in the morning, just trying to get the logistics and trying to figure out how everything was going to work out. And that is the part of it that nobody does see, you know, the organising and trying to make sure that everybody is getting around everybody. You know, so yeah, it's just not easy. It really has been a very testing back end to this year now. So I would say there's probably a lot of boys that are very glad to see pulling the pin time last night. To be fair now, all the boys we have working to us have worked incredibly hard this week. And against all odds, like, they have been probably doing absolutely everything. It has just been such a mumbo jumbo of just work happening everywhere this week. Like silage maize whole crop at the start, and then following up then with slurry. We have had some of the men, like, have not been well. They have been as sick as dogs, God love them, and you know what, they still manage to come in every day and say nothing, because they know when the pressure's on, you just have to go. And you know what, we are so grateful for that. You know, and I think that's probably something about being a contractor. You know, you're only as good as the team of men that you have coming behind you. And definitely now, like, our boys are just, you know, they are really, really, really good. And even like Craig, he's even out today. Craig's been sick all this week, and he's been driving away at a pipeline and you know, he's away again there this morning. He's actually putting out his brother Slurry this morning. So yeah, you have to put your own stuff last. But no, like, definitely whenever it comes to contracting, you can have all the fancy kit in the world, you can have all the nice shiny new machines, but if you don't have good men coming to drive them, you know, you haven't an awful lot. And definitely I think that's been something that has really carried us, the fact that we have such good men, and men that we can send, you know, to do jobs on their own, and that means so much, so much for us. And boys that take care of their machinery, it's great for us as a contractor to see a fella stepping in and just treating a machine like his own. So like, the sun's shining today, and this is the kind of weather that we would have loved to have seen 3 or 4 weeks ago. It definitely would have made our lives an awful lot easier. But you know, like, blue skies, what the hell. The boys they're just in the process of getting everything geared up, greased up, fueled up, and everything ready to go for tomorrow. So although Slurry may have come to an end, we do still have silage and it needs to finish. So there's still a good couple of weeks of tight going left yet. But we are getting there, thank God. We are getting through it now. And once the band comes in, hopefully that'll ease a wee tiny bit of pressure. So whenever I made the video on Wednesday, it's Johnny scraping the air. I really wasn't expecting to get the, I suppose, feedback on it that I got. It kind of created a bit of chat, really. And you know, it is the pressure and what goes on behind the scenes that nobody ever really seems to take into consideration. And definitely my thoughts on calendar farming are mirrored by an awful lot more people than just me. And you know, in the comments below that video, there was some really good arguments, you know, and some really good points made just about, I suppose, you know, the other impacts, the things that you probably just don't see, the fact that you're doing something that is going against the grain, it's going against what you're being told to spread slurry before a certain date. And if you have a full tank, you have to go no matter what way your ground is. And if it was in an ideal world, you wouldn't be doing that. It's good to know that we're not alone. And you know, probably one of the most frustrating things for me is that the people who make these rules and regulations, I don't think they actually give farmers enough credit. You know, because if you look at any farm at the minute, no matter if it's part-time, full-time, milking 1,000 cows, or you have 10 sucklers, or 25 sheep, every single farmer has to be a businessman about the thing. You know, and farms have to be run as businesses now. No matter if you're doing it for a hobby or if it is, you know, you've got 10 people depending on it. And that's just the long and the short of it. And I genuinely don't think that farmers get enough credit for everything. Like, they're making decisions on the daily. They're making financial decisions. So if you think about it, really, a farmer has to be an accountant. He has to be an HR manager to manage his staff. He has to be a health and safety executive because he has to make sure that everything toes the line in that respect. He has to be an environmental professional because he has to be aware of his nitrates, of pollution, of all that sort of aspect of things. And then as well as that, he has to be a vet, he has to be an admin person, and he has to have all that other stuff going on top of the day-to-day manual working and running of the farm. And it's crazy to think that people behind desks who look at spreadsheets can make these guidelines and regulations and enforce them onto us. And it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating for the likes of me looking from the outside in, because whenever you take into consideration all that pressure and all those things, all that red tape, and then you're bringing in things like your red tractor inspection and all of those sorts of things, it's hell. It is hell. It's there's no other word for it at the minute. It's different whenever you're getting a paid a fair price for what you're producing and there's some sort of reward in it, but certainly at the minute it's grim. It is grim. And there's definitely, I know from our perspective, somebody asked me the other day, well, what new toys are coming next year, or has anything landed? And the long and the short answer to that is we haven't done anything yet, because we don't know if we have any money to do so. We don't know if this year has made us any money, and you have to make money if you want to change machinery, and that's just it. So Johnny's just told me if we have one more hour, we will have beaten the ban. We will have beaten the ban. I don't know how, right enough. Some sort of miracle or something has happened, but yeah, that is the perks of having. I know whenever you tell people that you have 4 pipelines, they do kind of look at you as if you're madness, you're mental. Like, why on earth would anybody need 4 pipelines? But 4 pipelines goes through a lot of slurry, and it definitely now this back end needed them all. So you know the saying that people say about having children, it takes a village to raise them. Contracting is very much like that as well. At the minute, whenever the tough gets going, you literally need all the help that you can get. Like, we have 17 tractors, and probably maybe not most of the days, but I would say a massive percentage of the days that we are out at full force with everything going, we could probably justify having another 2 at least. I think whenever you're contracting, you sort of go through phases where you think you're beat a lot of the time, and it's mostly by the weather, right enough, but whenever those times come at you, you just sort of find yourself digging deeper than you've ever dug before, and hook or by crook, you get it done. Yeah, so Slurry 2023 out the gap, thank God. Glad to see it now. Just have to get everything else read up, so just the update for you, and thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again at some stage. Be good.